Real mermaids. There are many legends about mermaids and even a few dozen historical claims of supposedly real mermaid sightings. Hundreds of years ago, sailors and residents in coastal towns around the world told of encounters with sea maidens. One story, dating back to the 1600s, claimed that a mermaid had entered Holland through a dike and was injured in the process. She was taken to a nearby lake and was soon nursed back to health. She eventually became a productive citizen, learned to speak Dutch, performed household chores and converted to Catholicism. Another supposed mermaid encounter is described in Edward Snow's Incredible Mysteries and Legends of the Sea Dog Mead, 1967. A sea captain off the coast of Newfoundland described his 1614 encounter. Captain John Smith saw a mermaid swimming about with all possible grace. He pictured her as having large eyes, a finely shaped nose that was somewhat short, and well-formed ears that were rather too long. Smith goes on to say that her long green hair imparted to her an original character that was by no means unattractive. In fact, Smith was so taken with this lovely woman that he began to experience the first effects of love, take that as you will, as he gazed at her before his sudden, and surely profoundly disappointing, realization that she was a fish from the waist down. This dilemma is reflected in a popular song titled The Mermaid, by Newfoundland band Great Big Sea. I love the girl with all me heart, but I only like the upper part, I do not like the tail. Another story, from 1830 in Scotland, claimed that a young boy killed a mermaid by throwing rocks at it. The creature looked like a child of about 3 or 4, but had a salmon's tail instead of legs. The villagers are said to have buried it in a coffin, though there seems to be no historical evidence of this fishy tale. By the 1800s, hoaxers churned out fake mermaids by the dozen to satisfy the public's interest in the creatures. The great showman P.T. Barnum was well aware of the public's interest in mermaids and, in the 1840s, displayed the Fetish mermaid, which became one of his most popular attractions. People paying 50 cents hoping to see a long-limbed, fish-tailed beauty comb her hair were surely disappointed. Instead, they saw a grotesque fake corpse a few feet long. It had the torso, head and limbs of a monkey and the bottom part of a fish. To modern eyes, it was an obvious fake, but it fooled and intrigued many people at the time. Modern mermaids. Could there be a scientific basis for any of the mermaid stories? Some researchers believe that sightings of human-sized ocean animals, such as manatees and gons, might have inspired merfolk legends. These animals have a flat tail and 2 flippers that resemble stubby arms, traits that may make them resemble merfolk. They don't look exactly like typical mermaids or mermen, of course. But many sightings were from quite a distance away, and since they were mostly submerged in water and waves, only parts of their bodies were visible. A glimpse of a head, arm or tail just before it dives under the waves might have spawned at least some mermaid reports. Modern mermaid reports are very rare, but they do occur. For example, news reports in 2009 claimed that a mermaid had been sighted off the coast of Israel in the town of Kiryat. It, or she, performed a few tricks for onlookers just before sunset, then disappearing for the night. One of the first people to see the mermaid, Shlomo Cohen, said, "I was with friends when, suddenly, we saw a woman laying on the sand in a weird way. At first, I thought she was just another sunbather, but when we approached, she jumped into the water and disappeared. We were all in shock because we saw she had a tail." The town's tourism board was delighted with the town's newfound fame and offered a $1 million reward for the first person to photograph the creature. Town spokesman Addie Zilberman thinks the reward money is well spent. "I believe if there really is a mermaid, then so many people will come to Kiryat. A lot more money will be made than $1 million, Zilberman said. Legends of mermaids.
Prochaine.